Hey everybody, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can spend a few minutes in the kitchen with me today. I hope everyone is having a great day today. My day is good so far. But before we get going, you guys know the routine. You know what you need to do. You need to look down there at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead, take care of everything that's down there. Go ahead and take care of all that little business down there. Get that out the way, okay? And then once at the end of this episode, you can come back and give me any reviews or any comments that you might want to throw off in there for Granna, okay? I appreciate that, okay? So this is going to be short and sweet. Not going to keep you guys very long at all today, okay? It is February, which is Black History Month. We all know that. So I was just going to talk to you guys a little bit about Black history and what I did a couple of days ago. And I'm just going to share, I watched this movie and I'm going to share this movie with you guys, okay? All right. So a couple of days ago, I watched the movie Harriet, which is Harriet Tubman. And the movie been out for a few months now, you know, and like I said earlier, I don't like to go see movies when they first come out. I try to give that crowd time to see it. I usually wait a couple of weeks or so, but I kept putting this movie off and kept putting it off, so I had to end up getting the DVD on it, okay? Because I was just being lazy. But I sit down and actually watched it a couple of days ago, and it's a really good movie. It's very powerful. There was a good cast in this movie. The actors and the actress, they really brought this movie, in my opinion, to life. You know, you read about like people like Harriet Tubman, and you know, you read about all these great people that was a part of your history, you know, but until you actually sit down, when something like this is put on the big screen and you actually sit down and watch it, it has a whole different outlook on it when you can actually sit down and watch it. And back when I was in school, you know, it wasn't a whole lot of history, or in the history books, there was not a whole lot of stuff when it came to the Black people. You know, they just put a little sprinkle here and there. They didn't really put too much off in there. So if you didn't go back and do your research or try to read up on these people, you didn't get it. You know, they may have put in there Harriet Tubman, a part of the Underground Railroad. You know, they didn't go into the full detail about it, okay? So this movie, to me, was powerful. It was scenes in there that were just unbelievable. There were scenes in there that just basically knocked you off your feet, just made you think about things from that time and what our people, African American, had to go through. And I'm saying African American, but we all know what we was called back then in that time. But you know what, this world and how people looked at us and what all we had to go through to just survive from day to day, okay? Harriet was, in my mind, she was a very strong woman, and she was the type of woman that basically was gonna let people know how she felt, you know. And back then, in that time, you know, when you was not obedient and you did not do as you was told, then there was all kind of consequences that would come your way. You know, you had to take a chance on being beaten. You had to take a chance on being sold. You had to take a chance on being raped. You know, you had all this different stuff you had to deal with on top of just trying to just stay alive, just survive each day, you know. And Harriet, the movie starts out in her adulthood life where, you know, pretty much where her master is ready to sell her. He had already sold off, I think, her sister of hers, and you know, her family had already been separated a little bit. You know, I know she wasn't with her father, but she's with her mother and one of her sisters, you know. But this movie starts off where she's gonna be sold, so that was put in play for her to escape, you know, to save her life. She was determined not to be sold to someone else and be taken away from her family, and she just wanted to be free, you know. So with her starting this journey to become free was amazing, you know. And her belief that she had in God, our God Almighty, oh my God, was unbelievable. And you can't tell me by watching this movie, this woman was not a spiritual woman, and this woman did not believe and believe, because I truly believe God led her each step of the way, because through this journey, yes, there was many times she should have lost her life, but she did not, and she made it, and she did that. And then, with this journey, you know, the power of the old black folk songs that they sung back then. It was just a message. It was their way of communication. When they sing these songs, they letting their people know that their plans and what they're planning on doing and what's about to happen, where they need to meet at, what they got going on. This was their form of communication, through these songs. And these songs were some very powerful songs, like I said, if you get a chance to watch this movie, just really watch the movie and see what's going on with it. The different, and being up north and being down on the south, when she made it up north, and you see how the blacks that was free, how they was living up there, and then she think back to where she just come from, like, oh my God, a different 500 miles made, from where she came from, of the way the people lived, and how the black was free to walk the street as they wanted, own businesses, work and not and work and be paid for, not working for free for their master, working and this money is theirs. So it was just amazing, Vanessa Bell Calloway, I didn't even know she was in this movie. She did a great job. You had Leslie Ullman Jr. in this movie. You had Janae Monet in this movie. Then you had, of course, Cynthia Erika. She was Harriet. I hope I said her name right, but if not, you guys Google her. You know what I'm talking about, okay? But this movie was just amazing, it was just so powerful. And you just sit back and think about all the things that we have to go through. And then I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't think I would have made it. Especially once I got up to be an adult with this mouth on me. Nah, I don't think I would have made it. It would have been really hard. But it's just something that you should let your kids watch. It's a movie, if they're not aware of some of these events that took place and some of this stuff that's involved the African American people, even when it comes to different inventors or different people that did some amazing things throughout the history book that is not in the history book. I know right offhand, I'm thinking about Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first black woman. She invented the hair product for us, for our hair. She did this back during the slavery time, like the 1900s and stuff. Then you had a young lady in 1903 that owned her own bank. Her name was Maggie Lynn Walker. She owned her own bank, a black woman owning her own bank during this time. Can you believe that? You had in the 1900s, you had Grantville Woods. He was a man who was an electrical engineer, and he invented the communication system that they used between the trains and the streetcars and how they communicated. He invented that. But you have a lot of African American people that did these different inventions, and some of these inventions they was not allowed to patent them, so the patent went to a white person. Someone else took their work and patented it and took credit for this, but there's a lot of different things that came into play because of African Americans. But like I said, we just didn't get the credit for it. They didn't get the credit for it, because at the time, just getting your idea of patent or getting your work patent and protected and showing, and then you getting the credit for it was a task in itself to get it done. So, it's just amazing, as this month go through, and it's not a very long month, if you have time, just sit down, and you don't have to go and to the library or anything to research this. You can just sit down and pull out your tablets, pull out your phone, and just Google, some black inventors, inventors, and go over these with your children. You know, take a little time and just go through these with your children and just Google this stuff. Your kids love to stay on their phones and they tablets and all that stuff anyway. So just have them to Google some of this stuff and just tell them to take about 10 minutes and read about some of these black inventors and some of these things that the black folk contributed to this United States, to this world. You know, have them to read some of that research. Okay, well that's, you know, like I said, get a chance, watch the movie Harriet, you know, send me your reviews on it, what you think about it, and all that. I would appreciate it. And anytime you have anything you want to, you know, drop on Granna, let's go ahead and just take a few minutes and drop it to me, okay? Now, I will tell you guys that I went ahead earlier, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I started sitting down talking to you guys. I went ahead and put me a little lunch together. I'm gonna walk you through it real quick. I've already done it. It's made and it's done. I made myself for what I call a hot and spicy shrimp and pasta, because you know I like spice. So I went ahead and threw that together, and I've already had my lunch, but I'm gonna show you guys what it is. Basically, it's just some spaghettis, or you could use any kind of pasta that you want. I had a pound of shrimp that I bought. I cut up some onions, some tomatoes. I cut up some red pepper and some yellow peppers, and just sauteed the peppers and the onions and the tomatoes together. Then I sauteed my shrimp, and I put my seasoning that I put on my shrimp was my smoked paprika, my Cajun seasoning, a little pepper on there. I didn't put the salt on there at the time, but I later on put some salt on it. And then I just sauteed all this with some grapeseed oil and a little bit of butter. And once I sauteed the vegetables in my sauce, in my shrimp, I took my noodles, my spaghettis. You just boil your spaghettis according to the direction. I took my spaghettis and I just combined everything together. I brought all my stuff together, my pasta, my shrimp, my onions, tomatoes, and peppers, and I put them all together in a pot and just mixed them up and everything. And I squeezed a little lemon juice in there, and I was done. That all together probably take about 20-25 minutes and you're done. So that was really good. I'm going to show you guys the end product because like I said, I've already had my lunch, okay? But this is what the end of that looked like. This is my pasta right here. You guys see that? Isn't it pretty with the little tomatoes and my peppers? You guys see that right there? That was so good. But that's my little pasta dessert right here. And I might just take time one day and just actually make it. But if you want the recipe, just hit me up and I will, you know, get it to you. But it was real simple, okay? And it's good, and it was good. It was really good. I would eat this bowl right here now, but I haven't been too long eating some. So I'm just gonna wrap this up and put it in the refrigerator and have it later for dinner. But I really enjoy you guys spending this little time with me today. As you go by your day today, just make sure you have a great day. Make sure everybody you come in contact with, you get them a smile. And if you have time to get them a word of encouragement, go ahead and drop that on them too, because you never know how someone's day is going unless you take a few minutes out of your time just to listen to their day. So you guys have a great day. I will see you back in a few days. Have a good one. I'll get up with you later. Okay? Bye.